Your plane, you know, the one you're supposed to take from Greece to London, it got struck by lightning while it was flying. The plane that me and my friends are supposed to take from Greece to London, it got hit by lightning. At that point, honestly, Jesus, take the wheel. Hey guys, what's up? It's Sage. I'm back with another video. So this video is actually going to be a storytime video, which I'm not a storytime YouTuber. I'm not really a YouTuber at all. So today's going to be a story time about the night our plane got struck by lightning. Yeah. So get cozy, grab a blanket, grab a snack, whatever you like, and let's get to it. So I'd like to preface this story and kind of give a little bit of background. So this happened a couple summers ago when I was on Euro term with my school. I went to Point Loma Nazarene University in San Diego, and they had this program called Euro term, which was through the art department. I was a graphic design major, if you didn't know. So two of our professors set up this trip every other summer, and we went to 5 different countries, going around looking at all the different museums. I actually have another video kind of all about this on my channel, so if you want to know more about the program and kind of the places I went, go ahead and check out that video. I'll actually link it below if you guys want to watch that. So we had planned to go to London, Germany, Paris, Italy, and Greece all in this one trip. It was honestly such an amazing trip, and I'm so lucky I got to go on it. It was honestly life-changing. I know a lot of people say that when they go abroad, but I really did have a really fabulous experience there with all my friends, and our professors that set it all up were just so amazing and so caring the entire time. I was super lucky. But this specific story actually starts after the trip had ended and we were in Greece. It was the very last location we went to in Athens. Wow, I'm so bad at storytelling. So the plan was to go from Greece to London and then London back home to LAX. And the travel time altogether was about 14 or 15 hours. It was supposed to be 14 or 15 hours, let me say that. It ended up being probably So for this trip we were flying British Airways. I'm not sure if it was specifically British Airways from Greece to London, but I know from London to LA was 100% British Airlines. So from Greece to London it was about a 4-hour flight, which was very short compared to the 11-hour flight we took to get to London. And by this point in the trip, I think a lot of us were ready to go home, and we were, pretty exhausted from this whole Europe trip and traveling around. And I believe our flight was actually later at night. So we get to the airport, we put our stuff down, get our seats, waiting for our flight as one does. And some time goes on, and we're waiting when are we supposed to get on our flight? We're supposed to get on our flight soon, right? We were not getting on our flight anytime soon. Let me just tell you that. So eventually so much time passes that they tell us, okay, it's gonna be another half hour, 45 minutes until we get on the plane. We're like, cool, that's fine. We'll wait around. We're not in any rush. I'm with my friends, we can talk, we can hang out, it's totally fine. That time passes, and they tell us it's gonna be another hour or some sort of time. Also, I'd like to say this happened literally 2 years ago, so I don't remember the exact details of some of these things. So the half hour passes, and we're like, all right, time to get on the plane. No, they tell us it's gonna be a little bit longer wait. We're like, okay, that's fine. That's a little weird, but okay, we'll wait. So this kept happening repeatedly of the airlines telling us, it's gonna be another half hour, it's gonna be another hour. And by this time the terminal is completely filled up, everyone's completely confused, we don't know what's going on. So eventually me and my friends go up to the front desk to try and figure out somewhat what's going on. And you guys, guess what they end up telling us? Your plane, the one you're supposed to take from Greece to London, it got struck by lightning while it was flying. The plane that me and my friends are supposed to take from Greece to London, it got hit by lightning. At that point, honestly, Jesus, take the wheel. Because honestly, when I'm flying, that's low-key in the back of my mind. It's what if it does get hit by something? What if, a freaking bird flies into that side engine? I don't know planes. Honestly, I'm a very nervous flyer, I have anxiety over it, and to hear that my plane that I'm supposed to take for 4 hours got hit by lightning, that was it. So basically what they're telling us now is our flight is going to be delayed because there has to be repairs made to the plane because it got hit by lightning. Anyways, but what I learned from this actually is that planes are built with an outer shell, and they're meant to take hits from lightning. Does this happen often enough that a plane needs an outer shell to protect itself and like take the shock of the lightning. All I know is that it freaked me the heck out and of course made our delay even longer. Okay, so by this point our delay has gone on for, and I'm not lying when I say this, 9 hours. Yep, our delay went on for 9 hours. At one point they moved our terminal, so everybody that was on the flight had to go to a different terminal. And this whole time we're so worried, like we're gonna miss our connecting flight from London to LA, we're gonna miss it. We missed our connecting flight. Honestly, I've never been in a situation before where literally everything that could possibly go wrong just goes wrong. Especially when it comes to travel, you want everything to go so smoothly and just be a happy time. And no. So once I found out that we were going to miss our connecting flight, I ended up calling my parents, trying to get some advice, calling our professors as well, asking them what exactly we should be doing because we might have to stay overnight now in London and then get another flight home. Honestly, God bless our professors because they really came in and helped us a lot later on in the story. So finally, after this 9-hour layover is over, they finally get us on this plane that, you know, I like to mention this again, has been hit by lightning. We finally get on the plane, we sit down, we can finally take a deep breath, the anxiety is finally leaving my body. And you know, we're ready to go, we're ready to leave Greece. It was a beautiful, beautiful place, but you know, we're ready to head back to London and ultimately back home. But you know, is it really that easy? Is it really that easy to, you know, sit on a plane and then have it take off? So we sit down on the plane and they tell us, okay, it's gonna be like a bit more of a wait, like we're really sorry, it's gonna be another wait. By this point, I don't think me or my friends really had much patience left. You know, we were pretty tired, like what's going on here? I believe we ended up sitting on that plane for another like couple hours. I don't remember exactly the amount of time we sat on there, but it was like a while. And of course, eventually it does end up taking off. I know I was a little bit nervous because flying into Athens, it was a very windy and turbulent flight, and our professors warned us of that before we even took the flight. So as I mentioned before, we missed our connecting flight in London, so we ended up having to get a hotel that night to stay in London and take our flight for the next day. And you know, the airline was very nice. They gave us some hotel vouchers, like there was a specific hotel where we could go and we could stay the night. You know, we thought, hey, this is finally our big break. We got something positive through this experience. We got a hotel. We're gonna be totally fine. Do you think we got that hotel that night? No. So we're finally back in London, our flight has landed, and we are ready to head to the hotel that we had a voucher for from the airline. So all 5 of us with our luggage, we walk into this hotel, and of course, you know, there's a huge line because all the people on our previous flight needed to stay the night, which is totally understandable. So we get into the line just waiting to get our rooms. And after waiting in this long line, we finally get to the front desk and we say, hey, we have this voucher from the airline, could we get a few rooms? And do you know what the hotel told us? The hotel is completely full. There's no rooms available here. So this presented a new small issue for us, deciding whether we need to find another hotel or just bite the bullet and sleep in the hotel lobby and find a nice couch or a nice piece of carpet. So at least 11 or 12 hours have gone by since we stepped into the airport in Greece to get home. And when you think about it, by this time, we should technically already be almost home. So we're all in this hotel together trying to figure out what to do. So again, you know, I call up my professor and be like, hey, we're in this hotel. There's no vacancies, like, do you have any advice for us children trying to get home? And this is really, really where our professors saved us. So one of them actually ended up finding all of us a hotel room at a different hotel, which actually was very, very nice. Like, I can't tell you how grateful and lucky we were that he came in and found us a completely different hotel to stay in that night, that hour. It was completely crazy. I don't know how the heck he did it, but we would have ended up sleeping on the floor of that hotel if it was not for him. Which, by the way, would not have been like the worst scenario. Like, there's definitely like worse scenarios that could have happened, but this was definitely optimal to get hotel rooms. So of course we all hopped in a taxi as soon as possible with all of our bags and went to this new hotel. I think it's so interesting too, like taxis in London, some people like sit backwards and some sit forwards. Like, is that supposed to like seat more people that way? Like more room for suitcases? Like, if you're from London, like, let me know why that is. Because we don't really have taxis like that here. Like, people don't really use taxis, especially in the LA, Orange County area. Like, we just Uber or just drive places. I'm getting old, my back hurts. Oh my gosh, I forgot a crucial part of the story. So the airline actually kept our bags to like put on the other flight home. So this whole time I didn't really have my suitcase. I just had like one bag. But yeah, I completely forgot that. We didn't even have our suitcases. They were still with the airline. Which of course, being the genius that I am, I left my charging cord for my phone and the charging port for the outlet in my suitcase. Let's just let that sink in. And by now we all know it's been about 11 or 12 hours since I've charged my phone. So your girl is now almost at 0% with her phone, with her parents freaking out in California that I'm not home yet. So we get to this hotel, I need to find a way to charge my phone, whether that is buying a whole new like cord or whatever. I need to find some way to charge it. So we get into our rooms, we get all settled, and I tell my friend that I'm rooming with, like, hey, I need to go down to the lobby and figure out a way to find a phone charger. And by this time, I believe it's like 1 in the morning in London. So I go down to the concierge, I'm in a bit of like an anxiety-ridden panic. So I tell the girl at the concierge, hey, is there any way that I can find a charger, or is there somewhere I can buy a charging cord? And she's like, oh yeah, we have a vending machine right over here full of chargers you can buy. I was like, yes, something finally good is happening during this trip home. So of course, I go over to the vending machine, I'm ready to choose the charging cord that I need. I don't know why I thought like I could just so easily get this cord from this vending machine, and I come to find out the machine is not working. It was broken. So I go back to the concierge and I tell her the situation that I'm in and how badly I need a charged phone to contact my concerned parents. She honestly was probably so freaked out by me. Like, she could probably see like all the anxiety that was on my face from the previous happenings of the day. So she ended up being super nice actually and gave me the charger from the hotel. I don't know if it was like her personal charger or if it was someone from like behind the desk that had a charger, but she ended up giving me one just like from the hotel and saying, you know, give it back the next day. And I was like, cool, thanks, will do. So your girl finally got a charger. I can finally plug my phone in. I can go to bed. I don't even think I had like pajamas. I might have had like a change of clothes, but I don't think I had any pajamas, which is unimportant to the story. So I get back into our hotel room, I plug in my phone, I go into bed, and I sleep the rest of the night. So we wake up that morning and we are so ready to finally go back to LA, to go home. And we actually got super lucky. Our terminal was actually connected to the hotel. Looking back, I don't even know how that happened, but we literally just walked straight to our terminal from the hotel. And we still had a bit of travel time left. It does take about 10-11 hours to get from London to LA. So there's that. But I'm happy to say that from here on out, the story is completely fine. There's no bumps in the road, there's nothing. So we finally make it to LAX, we got off the plane, we got our suitcases, all that stuff. And actually, as we were walking to leave the airport, there was a whole mass of people just waiting for our flight to get home. Like, I've never seen so many people waiting for their loved ones to get off a plane. It was actually really nice, you know, like getting to see all of our families after a month of traveling and after all this hassle of like trying to get home. And that's kind of where the story ends. We finally got off the plane, we met our families, and all I wanted to do, and I'm sure what all of us wanted to do, was just go home, jump in our beds, and sleep, because at this point we were 9 hours ahead. So we drove about an hour to get back home to Orange County, which was like honestly the longest car ride of my life. But finally we make it home and the trip is finally over. So that's the story of how our plane got hit by lightning, how we almost ended up sleeping on a hotel floor, and how we finally made it home after all of that. And again, I would like to say the trip was absolutely life-changing. I would not have changed even a minute of it for the world. Well, actually, maybe getting home I would have changed that. It was just such a unique experience, honestly, and I really enjoyed myself. I do hope you guys enjoyed this story and got a little laugh out of it. I definitely look back and laugh about it myself because it kind of is a crazy story. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Maybe, you know, drop a little comment, you know, maybe subscribe. That would be super awesome. If you'd like to follow any of my socials, on my Instagram, Twitter, blog, everything will be linked down below. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.